from Premier League champions
So we can see them lift the trophy in front of their fans.
to a trophyless season staring them in the face.
These problems since match day 1 of the Premier League season. And we're now at the tail end of the season. They're now out of this cup competition. If anybody thinks they can beat PSG over 2 legs, then you'll have to find them for me. They've got a battle for the Champions League places, and they're in seriously poor form.
From having the best manager in the Premier League,
I think Arne Slot has rejuvenated the squad a little bit, because I think it's new messaging, it's a new approach from and I think the players have bought into it a lot.
to becoming so clueless is getting sacked in the morning chants. From having the best player in the league,
As returns the ball to him. Here comes Salah. Liverpool's tails are up. Salah!
to a guy missing sitters and dropping stinkers in big games. Everything that could go wrong with Liverpool is going wrong. The Premier League title defence is over.
At the moment, Liverpool are giving up their Premier League. This is a challenge. It's pathetic. They're defending their title. Yeah, it's really poor. They're defending their title. This has been a poor defence from Liverpool. It really has.
I know, but it's a new era.
Yeah, it's
different
poor.
team.
Still poor, mate. Still poor.
I'm calling them pathetic.
Yeah,
already.
it's been a pathetic defence. Yeah, yes, it is.
They've been knocked out of the Carabao Cup, knocked out of the FA Cup. Mohamed Salah is leaving at the end of the season.
Everyone, unfortunately, the day has come. This is the first part of my farewell. I will be leaving Liverpool at the end of this season.
Ibrahima Konate's contract expires in the summer. The superstars in this team still haven't come together, and with just one competition to play for, this could be the end for Liverpool. Liverpool has a serious problem, and it's getting worse. It's hard to believe this is even happening. Just days earlier, they attended an orgy in the blue half of Manchester without finding out who was doing the actual smashing. Liverpool got hit for 4. Truth is, it could have been more if City didn't take their foot off the gas, knocked out of the FA Cup in the process. Considering that they are 21 points off league leaders Arsenal, with 7 games left to play, it's safe to say they are not winning the league this season. Slot's team was knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Crystal Palace. It now means, as of recording this, the season hangs in the balance for Liverpool with a trip to face the defending Champions League winners PSG in the quarter-finals, the same team that eliminated them from the competition last season. They've hit all the wrong negatives in 2025-26. Slot's men have lost 10 league games this season, the first time since the 2015-16 campaign that they've hit double figures in defeats. They've lost more games this season than they did across the last 2 seasons combined. So what really is happening with this Liverpool team then? What's the real problem? Or in this case, what are the main problems with this team? These are the questions people keep asking. And to be honest, it's not exactly rocket science. I mean, the answers are glaringly obvious. It all started from the previous summer. See, after Liverpool won the league, they went big in the transfer market. They signed Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for £160 million. And they made it a double raid on Leverkusen after they signed Jeremy Frimpong for £30 million just weeks earlier. They then kept the cards in Germany and signed Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt for £79 million. Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth for £40 million. Georgi Mamadashvili's deal to join the Reds became active in the same window for £29 million. Then they signed Italian wonder kid at centre-back Giovanni Leoni for £26 million. And on transfer deadline day, the big one, they signed Alexander Isak from Newcastle for both a club and Premier League record fee of £125 million. On the surface, at the time, it looked like a huge statement of intent. Liverpool had signed some of the best and most promising players in the world. Isak finished second in the Premier League Golden Boot race just behind Mohamed Salah. Wirtz are taking Leverkusen to a league title in 2024. They signed potential in Ekitike and Kerkez, signed the future in Giovanni Leoni. But it didn't take long to realize that there was still a lot wrong with this team. This is where it started from, the signings. The ones that came, and more specifically, the ones that left. But just before we get into that, at the Football Armageddon, it takes time and energy to produce videos like this. And in turn, we're only asking you to like this video and hit that subscribe button to the channel for more videos like this. And turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks. You see guys, Liverpool had a dynamic. They've had a dynamic ever since Jurgen Klopp arrived. Klopp over the years built a team he only had to make a couple of changes to, but it was still the same system. A high intensity, energetic team that wanted to win the ball with an active gegenpressing style. A strong core in midfield, creative fullbacks, wingers who could score goals, centre backs who could play with the ball and the ball playing goalkeeper. This was the idea. The players changed in certain positions, but this was still the idea with the team. Then Slot arrived. Even from the start, he kept insisting on one thing.
And yeah, we're going to try to work on what Jurgen left behind, and we will see a lot of similar things. But of course, I bring my own things to the table as well, and I think that's also what is expected of me.
That the differences between himself and Jurgen Klopp were not that many. Now, he and Klopp were similar in the ideas, but the difference with Slot was that where Liverpool always wanted to attack under Klopp, Slot wanted his team to keep the ball and take a measured approach. It sounded like music to the ears of every Liverpool fan listening. Then Slot made a few tactical adjustments and won the league. But the truth is, he won the league with Klopp's team. A lot of people remember Liverpool becoming champions last season. A lot of people also forget that in March of 2023-24 campaign, Liverpool under Klopp led a 3-horse race for the league title with less than 9 games to play before draws effectively ruled them out of the race. The point here is that Klopp had established a system that worked. Slot simply came in, built a better version with that same system. The point here is that Klopp had established a system. Slot simply built a better version with that same system. Until this summer, suddenly the system was gone and he went back to the signings again. How many of these players did Liverpool really need? Because it cost them. They signed 2 centre forwards in Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak, and as controversial as this might sound, they were downgrades. See, the system last season was to have a dynamic front three with interchangeable players in attack. Slot started using Luis Diaz centrally, who functioned as a pressing number 9 that allowed Salah to stay up. When Diaz wasn't playing, Darwin Núñez did. What Núñez lacked in goals, he provided with a work rate and an understanding of his position in attack. With Ekitike and Isak, Slot has 2 centre forwards who want to score goals. I mean, it's a good thing, but not necessarily for a Liverpool team where the dynamic for the bulk of the goals have come from Mohamed Salah. His output has dropped off tremendously this season, and it's partly due to this.
It's herring forward in support, it's still Salah, and he'll shoot.
Then they signed Wirtz. Wirtz has shown flashes of brilliance in patches this season, but even with that, it still doesn't feel like Slot knows how to properly use Wirtz in that Liverpool team.
So Arne Slot is going to have to think, how long does he continue to put up with Wirtz not contributing, because he certainly doesn't contribute defensively, and when he's not contributing going forward, you can't get away with it so much, and you're certainly going to have a problem when Szoboszlai is going to be moved from right back, because the way he's playing and what he's producing, whether it's at full back or in the middle of the park, way outweighs what Florian Wirtz is doing.
Wirtz has played as a 10, as a number 8, at left wing, right wing. He often comes much deeper to receive the ball and struggles to affect play in the final third. Then there's another big problem in attack Liverpool haven't fixed, and this one in particular keeps costing the team. Liverpool lack direct wingers. Luis Diaz had his best goal scoring season with Liverpool last campaign. He was electric, and the brilliant part about Diaz is how he wasn't just scoring goals. He was direct when it came to dribbling and getting past fullbacks, taking on a man and beating him. Salah's role was to get on the end of chances, but it was Diaz who provided that industry in making things happen. When you look at it, Liverpool has always had left wingers who could get on the ball and turn nothing moments into chances. Sadio Mane, Luis Diaz. Under Arne Slot now, it doesn't exist. This is a problem. There is no winger in that team who can get the ball and excite the fans. The closest to this is Rio Gumoha, and Slot barely plays the kid, which is understandable because he's still a kid. Cody Gakpo is as predictable as it gets. I mean, seriously, he gets the ball and wants to cut inside to either drop a cross far post or pick out a pass or bend the shot. Maybe that's the word. Because looking at it now, that's exactly what this Liverpool team has been this season. Predictable. Still on the signings, again, they failed to replace the ones that left. No real replacement for Luis Diaz. No real replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold either. Trent was the guy who used to supply the creativity from deep. He left. Liverpool got Jeremy Frimpong and right back. And it's safe to say that just a few months in now, that Frimpong plays much better as a right winger than he does at actual right back. They let Gerald Kwanzaa leave. Became short-staffed with centre-back options. Liverpool had no excuse for leaving the Marguerite deal up until the final day of the summer transfer window. They couldn't get it over the line. They ended up signing for City, and as of recording this, has now beaten Liverpool 5 times in the last 12 months. To make it worse, Giovanni Leone tore his ACL just minutes after his Liverpool debut and hasn't featured since. With Ibrahima Konate and Joe Gomez suffering multiple injuries, it's been an inconsistent backline ever since. Konate is in the final few months of his Liverpool contract, and talks have stalled. Van Dijk is 34, and this summer, he'll be entering the final 12 months of his deal. It now means that despite spending over £450 million this season, Liverpool could be entering 2027 next year with just Joe Gomez as the only senior centre-back at the club. They didn't fix the defensive issues. They battled injuries too. Now with the injuries, it's a bit unfortunate for the club, especially considering that for most of this season, both right backs in Conor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong have been injured and unavailable, but to the rest of the team, there's been another very serious problem. The drop-off in quality and output has been huge. The biggest example has to be Mohamed Salah. Last season, he couldn't stop scoring goals. 29 goals and 18 assists, won both the Premier League Golden Boots and the Playmaker Award for the most assists, won the PFA Player of of the Year award as well. Fast forward 12 months later, and it's as if Salah didn't come back from his summer holiday.
Missed by Dorgu. Salah! The Kop can't believe it.
His performances have been far below average. He looks lost, confused. He looks like he doesn't understand his role in this new team. And he got to a point where after Salah was benched by Slot, he spoke out.
Sitting on the bench, I don't know why. Seems like a club is throwing me under the bus. That's how I feel it. I think it's very clear that someone wants me to get all the blame. The club promised me in the summer for a lot of promises and nothing. So far, I'm in the bench 3 games, so I can't say that they keep the promise. And I said that many times before. I had a good relationship with the manager, and out of the sudden, we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me, how I see it, it's someone doesn't want me in the club.
It was a crisis that almost summed up Liverpool at the halfway stage of the season, a club with a lost identity. Salah signed a contract extension last summer, and not up to 12 months later, he announced a few weeks back that he's leaving the club. The emotional tributes aside, it wasn't supposed to end like this. The reality is that Salah is leaving not necessarily because the Liverpool chapter is over, but it's because his chapter is being rewritten without him having a story in it. On his part, he's gone ghost multiple times this season, and it's not just him too. Another problem with this Liverpool team is that there doesn't seem to be any leaders who are backing up words with actions on the pitch. Take Virgil van Dijk for instance, the Liverpool captain, and yet he's looked very suspect this season. The leader of a Liverpool backline cannot seem to keep clean sheets and continues leaking goals. Alisson Becker, for weird reasons, always seems to get injured. Alexis McAllister has looked miles off the pace. Slot tried to experiment with Gravenberch this season.
I think this is the evolution of a team. You should constantly try to do different things. You try to keep what's really good, but yeah, other teams try to adjust to us as well. So we need to constantly evolve. Is that the right word? Evolve.
I mean, here he talks about moving Gravenberch's position and playing him higher up to give him more freedom on the pitch. Is this a good thing? Well, no, because it's led to Gravenberch scoring more goals and getting more involved in the attacking phase of the play. But it's also led to a system where Liverpool have now become very open and easy to play against. The 2025-26 version of Liverpool looks lost, both on the field and off it too. In total, they've missed 102 chances in all competitions this season, 55 big chances missed in the Premier League. They rank 4th in this metric in English football, 41 big chances missed in the Champions League. They rank 1st in this metric in the Champions League. We can't talk about this without touching on the emotional situation Liverpool began the season with.
Observe a period of silence in memory of Diogo Jota, our forever 20, and his beloved brother Andre Silva. As we do so, we ask all supporters with a mosaic card to kindly raise it to help create our special tribute in both of their honour. The silence will begin and end on the referee's whistle.
It's not that this would ever be used as an excuse for Slot and his team, but they haven't been the same since that tragic Diogo Jota incident. The season has now reached that critical stage where it's make or break for Slot's team now. They're not winning the league. They're out of both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Any damaging defeats could write the final chapter to the end of what has been a very disappointing season for Liverpool and Arne Slot. So what do you guys think? Are the transfers and the system really the problem with this Liverpool team? Or is there more that hasn't really been talked about yet? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out the next video on how and why Mohamed Salah is really leaving Liverpool now.